Alright, so I'm looking at the cross section here. This is 265, and it's generally this is, I think, my parking lot that I cut the dirt out. This is the parking lot that's got all the equipment and parts machines and everything up through there. This is where I think 265 is right here. The shop used to be right here. This is 265. This is 265. 265 cross section. Anyway, you see here, this is I think this is the parking lot, and this is the benches that we put in the side of the hill. And so I think this is kind of right in here. I've got a light in the way. Overhead light. So this is, Rochester just scribbled this out. This is not an exact. This is when we were trying to get a wall. But, so I mocked this up out of Play-Doh. So this is 2-to-1, 10-to-1, which is almost flat, but it's a catch. This is like a gutter. Imagine two sides of a bowling alley lane. And then 2-to-1 again, and then another gutter. And I think 1, 2, well, it would change, but so there's one slope, there's two, gutter, whatever. Mom's house would be up here. So look down here. This orange represents the fact that if you're in the road looking back at the property, even if that green represents the slope that they're taking, to fit my shop anywhere right here or here, obviously I'm going to have to slope away this way. It's not exact, it's Play-Doh, it's hard to work with, but I have to always slope away this way because dirt won't hold itself up square. If I remove this, I mean, am I going to have to pour a wall? Am I going to have to pour a wall on this side? To fit my shop? I sell dirt, dump trucks, heavy equipment, and this is through the middle of my dirt pit. See the perspective, running north and south. So this is north, this is south, this is west, this is east. Now this is the new slope. They're going to have terraces in it, but they want to own this whole thing. Let's see if I can remove this Play-Doh. See that? I need to put my shop right here. Somewhere right in here. But if I overlay this, I gotta get a tractor trailers in and stuff. Here, the house used to be right here in the old shop. And they're taking this zigzag shape, which is zigzag. That's a generic slope. They're not taking into account the site work I need to do here. So I'm gonna have to build a wall on my side. See how this, if I ever take out dirt or make any room, am I gonna have to hold the perspective? Sorry, it's Play-Doh. No, I have to slope away. So this orange represents the slope on my side. It puts me back over here. Now this is not exact because it's Play-Doh, but if if I cut this dirt out where the orange is to make room, then I'm gonna have to put a wall here, and matter of fact, all the way up the rest of the way, forevermore. This is the neighbor's driveway. See that perspective? So this is going to have to slope this way, and this way to make this slope. Now, the strange thing is, I understand they're going to have flumes running this way, I think, concrete. I mean, it just kind of looks like it. I don't have a good plan to go off of. I think this is a flume and a flume and a flume, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, so what they do is they'd have a catch and a catch and a catch and a catch and a catch, and the water would come down these concrete things. So even though it looks like they're only taking this, what about the dirt that holds up this side? I gotta have a wall here because they didn't give me a wall down through here like this to hold this mountain back. So it's a dirt business. It's obvious. Look at all the Caterpillar equipment sitting around. Plus I have other equipment. Why wouldn't they come by and talk to us about this when they were planning and designing? Economic impact study. They canceled appointments or didn't show up for appointments. So this is up here where Mom's house will be. And so this curve that Rochester drew was to leave dirt here to accommodate the driveway coming this way to change this. So I'm trying to make this line as straight. Instead of zigzagging way up this hill, I'm trying to make it straighten out as much as possible. I mean, I could see it going here and then up. In other words, if you look at this slope, I could see it coming up and up to this first slope, because the elevation of this driveway into Caldwell property or house up here, somewhere up in here, if you drew a line over to this stream, that's the height of the pad I would like to build for the shop. I'll put the shop parallel with the road or in the inside of the bank. I need to get in here and turn around with the tractor trailer, unload equipment, get it in the shop. This is unnecessary because I need to export this soil away just to make room for the shop. Very common. It requires our engineer meeting with the DOT engineer. This right-of-way line is simply them drawing a plan, coming by, not acknowledging that we have 25 acres and that we want to put our stuff back. And this is very common. It's not, it's common that your site work would accommodate this. And so I think that first, to fit my shop, I need to take this dirt out at least, and it slope away like this. So that takes a major portion of this, only leaving this. Of course, the billboard used to be right here. See how I would have to pour a wall on this side here. Obviously, slopes. So this cross section, I understand they had to take the road and the ditch. They could put the first terrace, make it a 1-to-1, whatever their steepest slope is that they can get by with. 1-to-1, step back as far as they want, and then come up with a 1-to-1, step back as far as they want. But put the right-of-way marker right here, and let me have this dirt to cut out and have my parking lot back basically to here, which is right here. Okay, I understand they need the road, shoulder, ditch. They could do a 1-to-1, taking part of my parking lot up there, step back, go deeper here, 1-to-1, step back, and then I want to keep this part so that when I get the dirt moved, I arrive at about this grade right here in the future. Alright, so I haven't tackled this area over here, but in this one video I wanted to show that I'm going to have to slope away over to here. And technically, even though we own this area right here, I'm going to always have to slope away from the edge of this, right here. Because they have drawn a simple plan, never coming by, talking to us, asking our plans. We've not submitted a site work plan, and I would need to come over and up to here just for the shop. And so then also, there's no need to go all the way to the top. Put the right of way down here on this first step. This first step could be 1-to-1, whatever their steepest slope is. This is 2-to-1, but a short one you can mow with a batwing mower. Go back, and put the right of way marker here, not way up here. Not way up here. And I don't mind if they touch this property. I don't care if they even terrace it, as long as the right of way is down here on this first slope. I want to keep all this area so I can cut it out. And once I cut it out, I'll be slicing this off, and it will be down to this grade in the future. So that is one example. I've got more to explain about this, but in this first video I'm just simply talking about how, and I don't have anything placed up here for the hilltop where Mom's house will be. I've got to fit my shop into this area, pull in with the tractor trailer. So in another video I'm going to explain how they could, if we can't get a turning lane, how they could come off of this driveway if it has a turning lane and follow this contour with a drive and come around behind the shop, which would be right there. Come off of here, follow this first terrace with a driveway and come around behind the shop, and then back out here, and then go over here, put a pipe, and we could come out to this Haynes Road like this. Because I know that they're going to own that property, and they're able to pull that off simply by such a glare here. I know that they can pull, now don't pay attention to this Rochester stuff. I know they could pull this pipe head wall and a driveway over to here, because you can see this red line, this is the right of way here. They could punch our driveway this way and come out at Haynes Mountain Road over here. If we can't get a crossover for trucks and safety, we could come in over here behind the new shop and then keep that driveway they've got mocked up there and continue over with a pipe over here and out through here to Haynes Road. So it'd be this way. And then once we did that driveway on this first terrace, I'd want the right of way on this side of the driveway. So I need this, the shop needs to be right in here, actually right here. I need to fill in over here. So this would be the height of the roof of the existing shop. And this represents how I'll always have to slope away from this on this side. And this will slope back this way, but it's closed, so I'm having a hard time. So this orange represents land that we would keep, but we can't do anything with because it has to stay on the slope, because Imagine me putting the wall on this side. So there's more to explain on this side, and there's some ideas about this side, as in I'd like to keep this step and this step. It's right away down here. Make this a 1-to-1, or even a 2-to-1 to about right here, and do some more steps. I don't care if they touch this area, but I want the right of way down here on the first step. They could do a 2-to-1, quickly jump back, and then 1-to-1s. I don't care what they do. I want the right of way as tight as I can get it down here on this first terrace. But considering there's a possibility if we can't get a turning lane, we could follow this path right here like a driveway, come around behind my shop and come back out right here and use this crossover up here if there is one right here in Alan Caldwell's driveway. And this is the electric motor shop. We could just keep this as the entrance, but go over behind the existing house and out to Haynes Road, a circle. Or I could even put the shop a little bit over into the side of the hill here, the driveway coming to the front. But regardless, this is my first example of what I'm trying to say. And I'll elaborate more on how I would like to have this zone for my dirt pit. I'd actually like to make a parking lot up here first. Park my stuff, plant some trees so you can't see it from the road, organize my stuff, and then slowly over time I like to take down this section and this section. And when I get it down to this section, eventually, maybe I can do this while I'm filming. Eventually when I get the dirt cut down, I would end up with a parking lot like I was originally trying to do. End up with the parking lot it is like this. See that? And let me just use this pipe as a backstop. It doesn't have a slope this way on the back side. I mean, I just picked this piece up to use, but I'd have a slope real steep back here. That's what we were trying to do. Of course, I might put a couple of little baby terraces in there. See, because I sell dirt. That's the business we're doing. That was my dirt pit and equipment test area. Take this area out a little over time and arrive at this grade. So if I had a shop right here, actually it would be right here with the back against the road. This would be my parking lot. And then I would do this up in the back. See? Of course, right here, this when I do the new shop, I got to fill this in right here. So from this driveway, it would be a slope up, and it would match this grade all the way across. So they're not leaving me my dirt pit, which is very disrespectful. They don't need to own all that area. I don't care if I touch that area. I can't. This is ridiculous. This is forcing me in this orange-red zone right here. Even though we would own this, it has to slope away because the mountain wouldn't hold itself up running north and south. The mountain would not hold itself up. See, this is definitely unnecessary. I need to cut all this material out. Fill in just a smidge right here. Just just to have room for my shop. And that arrives so far over here that why not leave, well, let me just go ahead and slice this. While I'm on the video. You see now, I fill in just a smidge right here. See how that sticks up? So if I had my shot right here, so then you're left, and then I'd have a slope back here, of course, and then this way, of course. So imagine that curving around. So that's the dirt I'm left right here. I would need to own this, so I'd take it out and I'd end up like this. Of course, we'd have a slope back here. Oh, this would take another 10 years because the road is taking a lot of it for the moment. The road is done. The road's going to take 5 years. Okay, this is a childish way to explain this, but I'm in a hurry. I don't stay awake long enough and work. Figure out how to come up with plans for this. How to explain this. I don't have modeling software. It's just what engineers and so you can see it. That's why I want just the cross section. That's why I want this to be as steep a slope as they can give me, or 2 to 1 real quick. This would be here, so that I could take this dirt out over time. This is what they're trying to do, and they're just going to own a hillside for no reason. They can't use it. If they're worried about controlling the water with these flumes, we could change this design. We could even have the flumes. I don't care. I'll maintain those, and as I bring the dirt down, I'll make sure it comes out the right way with no silt. But anyway, I've gone too far with this video. I'm going to have to do something better. So anyway, I was trying to explain this one section. So I've got other ideas. If we can't get a crossover, I'd like to possibly come off here, follow this path with the driveway to the new shop, and then come out over here at Haynes Mountain Road. We have to put a pipe and a head wall right here because they're going to have problems with this stream anyway. Looking at a waterfall right here that is not natural because there used to be a mill here 100-something years ago and a laundromat, and they used to dam the water up, and they even had a wooden flume over here where it would come out and they could boil water. Anyway, we had a pipe here one time with a stream running through it, then we changed it and moved it back over where we thought it was. This is not natural. So anyway, see how I'm going to have to slope away from this line back down to here, which leaves me with a little tiny slot going all the way up this mountain to work with. So I'm going to be, I've got land on the side of a hill because they never came out to meet with us or plan something, and we don't have a plan on our side. Plus I need a measurement on this dirt. I need a measurement on all this dirt. And this would fill in over to the edge of this driveway with more green. I need a measurement on how much dirt this is and this is. I need a measurement on that and some of this back area to make room for my shop to sit right here or right here. That needs to be exported, and I've got an idea to help the state out. It could go across the road behind those light poles over here. The bowling alley's right here. Make a ramp down to Ronnie Collins's property, and they could fill in all that with their excess dirt. All right. So, change this cross section, and make a better video next. Thanks.